Hello everyone. Happy Sunday. I have a collaboration with my husband. Thankfully, he agrees with me, but I really have to ask a permission that if I'm able to, interview with him. So so here's the deal. I have three questions here and he gonna answer it one by one. Honest in an honest manner. So let's begin without further ado. Question number one. Why did you choose a Filipino wife?
Um, well, I had a friend who was Filipino, and between him and his fiance, who she was also Filipino, uh, they kept telling me how I should date a Filipina and how Filipinas are different. They're good. They're more traditional, you know, along those lines. And I looked at the relationship that he had, and I don't know. It kind of made sense. So when I decided I was going to get serious and not date just for dating's sake, I was actually going to try to settle down, get married, get a wife. Uh, I looked at their relationship and looked at the values that they held, and they're more than how they explain that Filipinos are more traditional and uh, along those lines. That's something that interested me, and so I looked for a Filipina and found my wife.
Okay. Question number two. Why would you choose a single mom than a single woman since you are single mom with no kid?
For me, it
Matter.
didn't really matter whether or not you had a child or not. I suppose it would matter. You know, you only had one daughter. I suppose it would matter if you had like five kids. That would be different. But here in the states, most guys don't have a problem with dating single moms. Most guys, some guys do, but at the same token, I had when I was younger, I never had the intentions of getting married at all. I didn't want to get married. I didn't want children either. So that changed after I met you. And so to already have a child, it wasn't a deal breaker at all to date somebody with a child or anything. And there are a lot of pluses and minuses, I guess, with how you want to look at it to dating a single mom. But saw a lot of pluses. I saw how if we were to have children, the type of mother you would be just by the type of mother that you are. It's not a. I'm not wondering. I get to see you as a mom,
Mm-hmm.
get to see your priorities, and it actually was a benefit because when I looked at that, I got to see who you actually are.
Mm-hmm. Okay. I like that answer. So let's move to question number three. How did you cope cultural differences with your Filipino wife?
Um, well, there are going to be cultural differences when dating a Filipina, but luckily, where I grew up on the border with Mexico, so the community here has is predominantly Hispanic, but I dated everything under the moon. I guess I dated white, black, Hispanic, dated
Mm-hmm.
and I had dated a foreigner before, uh, prior while I was in the military, and so to me, it's not like a culture shock with somebody who's only dated an American, and specifically an American from that specific area where they're from. But there are cultural differences, and if you look at it like I look at it, most of these differences can be quirky or funny. Um,
Mm-hmm.
Filipinos do things differently than um, Americans sometimes, and yeah, you're gonna have some things that are like you that are gonna I guess that can bother you or whatever. And if that's the
Yeah.
type of person you are, then I wouldn't suggest dating somebody
Mm-hmm.
of a different culture. But for me, I don't know. I look at everything's a plus. We usually if I do something or say something that's different than what you're used to, we usually have a good laugh about it. And
Mm-hmm.
same thing if you say or do something differently, then we have a laugh about it.
Yeah, but the difference between the Filipinos, we are intent not, we're not an outspoken kind of person. I don't know if it's just me, but my personality is I'm not a kind of person that I speak what's in my mind. So it's more on I just keep it to myself whenever we have an argument. I just want to keep to just stay quiet, not talk about it. But
Tampo.
yeah, that's the tampo thing. I don't know if that's the Filipino way, culture or norm, but it's not common here. You have no tampo or whatever here. You talk like, okay, let's talk, let's sit down, let's settle this down. I don't want to have another week or a day to come without us talking in just one house. How can you live like that? You know, you're sleeping in the same bedroom and you're not talking. How can you survive that in one day? Huh? So that's the culture or the indifference that we deal with, and thankfully, I getting used to it, and I'm getting by uh, being outspoken kind of person, even if deep inside me, I'm shy, I'm not gonna do it, but I did. Because he's a pushy, yeah, he pushed me he pushed me too hard. Like, you can do it, you can do it. You have to. You don't. You're not doing it because uh you're a Filipina. No, you have to do it because you have to. We're one family. We're not you know having grudges to one another. So I'm practicing that, and it really works. It gives me peace of mind. So that's all in all, not that much, but thankfully you know, we're getting along well, especially the food. There's no cultural shock. Me cooking Filipino food every day doesn't matter to him.
I can tell you as far as like Filipino food, it is most Filipino food is absolutely delicious. And coming from it's American food. I grew up, like I said, on the border, so we had American food which we're used to, and then Mexican food, and then
Mm-hmm.
you know my family being black and from the South, I grew up with soul food as well.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, Filipino food is different than uh, all of those, but trust me, if you like soul food, you're probably gonna
Mm-hmm.
like Filipino food. The staple there, the main staple I would say would be pork. You know,
Yeah.
rice and pork, but also chicken, and the food is absolutely delicious. Like uh, some of the foods that I like, or my particular favorites, are lechon kawale, afritada. I mean, so lechon kawale is like fried pork belly, and
Mm-hmm.
lechon in general. When we're in the Philippines, they
It's a
did
roast pig.
yeah they did a roast pig, the whole thing, and it was absolutely delicious. We ate that, and the afritada, it's like a dish made with chicken. It is delicious. You can see, I think she has it in her reels when she made it one day,
Yeah.
and that's one of my favorites. I absolutely love it. And the other one that I never pronounce it right, like mung bean.
Yeah, that's
Uh,
the Mongo.
and I mean, there's just a ton of foods that she prepared. If you like trying different foods, you're gonna love Filipino food.
Mm-hmm.
It really is. Yeah.
That's it. Thank you for answering my question.
Well, you're welcome.
Yeah.
All
Till next question. Collaboration.
right. All
That will be it, guys. Thank you for watching.
right.
Bye. Have a good day.